it's even, isn't it? So, buonasera to all my Italians out there.
Bonne nuit to all my French people them. I know that means good night, but it is what it is.
Guys are trying to speak languages they're not familiar with.
Aye, excuse them more.
I hear it still.
Welcome back, G. New environment.
New environment. I
you
like
feeling,
this
G?
aesthetic, bro. I hope I'm looking good on the camera, you know? Handsome man like myself.
Obviously, you know, the subscribers are coming in, so like we had to upgrade, you know, like I had to invest in, I had to take a look at Yem's account, you know, see what he could do for us, and he's done the matting, bro. Like he did the bowly, bro, matting, bro. But
I'm not gonna tell you what this guy's on. I'm not gonna reveal how this guy pays us all our talent fee. Comes from him. He's the bank. Not gonna say much more. I get 2,000
we need to tell
episodes.
you something. We need to tell you something very important. Subscribe to the fucking pod. It's as simple as that. Subscribe so we can all go clear. We can all go to the Bahamas. I can send money to Nigeria. Yems can take care of his family. And yeah, sorted.
It's not hard, is it?
Yeah, man. So obviously it was the first time we get to see the new Champions League format. Big games sooner. But I also feel like this is gonna be. I feel like this format could enable like stat padding from big teams, you know, because obviously you've seen Bayern face who was it again? Dinamo Zagreb.
You know this at the manager.
So the manager of that game.
I heard. I don't know if it's actually facts. I heard, and his record's good. You know,
They sacked their manager. I saw they were like unbeaten. in the
bro.
league
Their
this
record is good, bro.
season. I can't like 90 is nasty word though.
It's against Bayern Munich.
90 is nasty work.
No, it's
I
against
think
Bayern.
there was a point in the game. It was like 3-2 or like 4-3 or
Yeah.
something like that.
And then they just took
ran away with
control.
it.
I'm just happy at least they got 2 goals in the Champions League debut. Big baller.
Harry Kane is. I think he's got 50 goals for Bayern already. That's crazy.
And
Like
he's got
2 seasons.
He's the all-time English top scorer in the Champions League now. 33 or 31. One of them.
Still hasn't won anything though.
To be fair, I think it was kind of. I know kind of this first week was kind of awful. I just thought it was kind of dead. And you know what I don't like, especially I was sad about this Champions League format, but you know what I don't like is the fact that we play after the first batch of 8 games into the knockout stages, like still in terms of jeopardy wise, like more than half of the teams still go through, like all of that, and with all these teams, I feel like, especially with there's more in terms of the big teams. There's more leeway. Like you can take it easy. That's you can have games like Atalanta, Arsenal, or City, Inter, where you don't feel like you need to go gun ho and stuff like that. You still got more opportunity. Like 24 teams are going through. Yeah, that's insane.
I believe in my team. See, I never feared once. I knew it was going to be a win. Pulisic, I didn't think they'll start off like that because defensively we've been very good this season. So when Simicast got caught out and Van Dijk pushed up and they just countered us, it was a bit. But, you know, as the game went on, we grew into the game. How we played is how I want to see us play moving forward. There was a lot of press when we didn't have the ball. It was reminiscent of Jurgen Klopp days. When we did have the ball, Gakpo in particular was a stand-up performer. Really enjoyed his performance. Obviously, pushes my boy Lucho to work harder and keep striving because I love that guy. I don't want to see him come off the pitch. But yeah, 3-1, good result. Can't complain, no injuries. Robertson got a bit of a rest. Diaz got a bit of a rest. You know, it's a good performance.
And I was looking forward to a lot of goals, like Atalanta, Arsenal, especially City, Inter. You'd expect Haaland to go into these kind of games, especially off the back of his form, like catch a brace, and you expect like a masterclass. But
We got an idea of. I think Nathan was the one that said it on Twitter that Arteta might have been watching that game to see the blueprint, how to play City. But Inter Milan are a great side, man. I think we'll be playing them as well. It's not a game I'm looking forward to. Like it's like they do all the basics right. Like they're so well drilled. Like a classic Italian side. They got so many veterans in their side. But yeah, also to the Atalanta game. For me, I think a lot of people went into that game underestimating the opposition. Atalanta are a great side. I think it's a good point to come away with. I don't think we played well though, but if we're not gonna win the game, don't lose it, and that's what we did. David Raya, fantastic stuff.
You know that double save. Got a bit of criticism on the striker. He headed in the middle.
Yeah, the striker.
If he heads it a bit to the corner, it's a goal.
I think I do. Although it's a great save, it's a terrible miss.
Terrible miss.
Terrible miss.
Where do I go? Really, I think first and foremost, I feel like fans of football, or rather fans of Arsenal, were moving a bit mad on the TL. Like I started seeing people say, "Oh, we have to slap Atalanta silly," like so on and so forth. I think people are forgetting that this is the current Europa League champion. Sorry, having dismantled Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich? Oh my days, I'm having a howler. But they dismantled Bayer Leverkusen last season. They're not to be taken for granted. And this is an Arsenal team who currently, yes?
I think that was a fluke. But
I don't think an Ademola Lookman hat-trick is ever a fluke in a final. But, yeah, so either way, yeah, not to be taken lightly. And I think on the whole, going into the game, I was a bit like, yeah, like it could go left, could go right. But in the end, you get what you're given in it. I think ultimately our performance wasn't necessarily good enough to warrant a win, but if anyone had the better chance to win it, but for the penalty, that David Raya, you are my hero, I'd argue that we had the better chances. GM11, we're soon back, man. We're soon back, bro. But yeah, man.
Let me say something, bro.
Go on, bro.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble. If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Yeah,
you know why I'm saying, bro.
We're not gonna talk about that.
We won't talk about
that.
But a certain bro, let's just say this is
Don't mention that Turk.
our Nigerian striker, bro.
Don't mention that Turk.
We don't mention that Turk.
Don't
bro.
mention that Turk.
Obviously, we love you Turks out there. Don't come and find us.
We love you.
Turks. We're not talking about the Turks. We're actually talking about the Nigerian that is in Turkey.
I'm talking
The
about that
masked
Turk.
man. But yeah, Boniface, whatever.
He's a baller, you know.
Baller.
I don't remember which goal it was. It's the one where he double nutmegged and then a no look pass. That was absolutely naughty. That was naughty. That should be Champions League week, like moment of the week. That was naughty. The skill to double nutmeg, the no look pass was so clean. You know, it was so smooth transition. He perfected it, and then it came to an assist and a goal. It was, bro. I'm lost for words. Boniface, hats off to you, brother.
The pass into Frimpong took out two players, and it obviously turned out into a quite fantastic goal, really. And I think it just highlights just how technically gifted Boniface really is, because there's only one player that I know that is probably thinking of doing that, and his name is Thierry Henry. But to see it live in the Champions League, yeah, no, man, that's a baller still. And Issy's right, that's probably moment of the week.
Yo, let me speak about this kid. This kid, John Duran, yeah. This kid is a fantastic player. You see John Duran, his shooting ability, the technique and the power, the combination of the two is incredible. I got cornered in the group chat, and I'll say it here. In 3-4 years' time, if this kid keeps going at the pace he's going, I'm going to say his left foot is as good or better than Robin Van Persie's.
You know what?
Because his left foot is peak.
I don't know if you've got kids on here, but you're smoking crack. You're smoking crack, bro. Are you crazy? You know who Van Persie is? Do you? Do you? And you think 20-year-old John... Yeah, no. I know, bro, but you think a 20-year-old... Forget about power. Do you need power? If I place it... No, you don't need power.
I think people are scared to what's it called? I think there's nostalgia tax on it. People are scared to... I'm not saying he's going to be a better player. We are not saying right now he has a better left foot.
Or is he equivalent of the player? I don't think he'll ever be as good as Van Persie as a player.
We're talking about the ability he possesses in that foot, like the power.
Van Persie didn't have this power. Van Persie had the technique, but not the power.
Ball striking, all of that. So it's possible. It's if buts and maybes though. But John Duran, he was available for 40 mil. Imagine if Chelsea signed him.
No, imagine. Look, he's doing this all summer. Wanted to join West Ham.
I don't agree with the statement. I think he's like a very good wonder kid. Very good. Like he's a complete striker at the age of 20. He's better than most of the 20-year-old strikers we've been looking at. He's better than Blahovic, in my opinion. Any other 20-year-old strikers?
Vlahovic isn't 20, to be fair.
No, when he was 20. How old is he now?
I don't know, man.
23.
Yeah, he's better than him when he was 20. John Durant's up there for me. He's a complete striker, and he's only he's Aston Villa's second striker behind Ollie Watkins, which is fair to an extent because Ollie Watkins has been doing this thing. He's not a rookie. He's not rubbish. So he's been doing this thing for a couple of years. So I get why, but I think he deserves that starting spot now. I think he deserves it. I think Ollie Watkins, they should play alongside each other. I think that's the best decision to make. I mean, you can't have John Duran on the bench because he's coming off and he's bagging him a goal. Like, the kid's crazy.
If you're one of those guys that are bullying a 16-year-old, dance now. Dance now. Kelly, dance now, bro. You know what? I'm being shameless because I was one of them. Still, like, I still think this guy's PR is a bit through the roof, yeah. But
Through the roof, mate.
It's looking like he's doing bits and bobs that it's still in flashes, but I think him running through on goal with Vinicius and Mbappe side by side and him I think that's actually a very bad position to shoot from there.
That was a terrible position. And it was poor goalkeeping.
Yeah, poor goalkeeping. But yeah, like, fair play. He's got the goal. He's tried to take it on his shoulders and it's paid off for him.
I see on him, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what kind of player is going to end up to be. The hype is through the roof. He's not as good as the hype states, but guy's got a shot on him. I tell you that. He's got a shot on him. When you got Vinicius on your right, Mbappe on your left, and you're 25, 30 yards out, and you're like, F it, let me smack it. And you score. Hats off to him, innit? You see Mbappe?
Bro, it's literally nothing. What else could he have done in that situation? I also, yeah, man, like, we'll see. We'll see. It's early days for Endrick. Obviously, I think all of the criticism is coming from how well, like, media trained he is, and, like, it just doesn't seem...
Bobby.
Bro, Bobby, like, Robbie, bro. And they also called him Bobby, bro.
Yamal's been doing it for a while in Europe, and obviously playing in Europe and playing in South America is completely different. So obviously, in terms of Yamal will have the upper hand, obviously more experience and things like that. And Andrew's just got to get into it. Obviously, he's industry plant. He's married, all of that stuff. So everything's flowing for him. But no,
Wait, what?
Everything's flowing for him.
Wait, who's married?
Endrick, bro.
What?
Yeah, it got announced on Twitter. Don't worry. Yeah, you're sleeping, bro. That guy is married off, fam.
They were actually calling him in the group chat before he went and done what he always does.
Oh, that guy just turned 17, by the way.
Bro, shout out Hustle Hard, man. He's calling his son gang and that, bro. That's my guy, man. Obviously, I told you that if you're ever in Catalan, I'm coming Catalan. Let's link up. Anyways, Lamine Yamal, Barcelona couldn't do the business.
Ter Stegen, Howler.
Ter Stegen, Howler. You see, Michael Jordan was in the stand.
Yeah, behind the red rope.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Like Lamine Yamal, Endrick. I don't know if Endrick is probably not on his level.
No,
at the
he's
moment.
not on his level.
Not on his level at the moment. Lamine Yamal, star of the summer, and probably the best 16-year-old I have ever seen personally.
Facts. Rooney's not a better 16-year-old than him. Facts.
That's debatable.
Rooney was not.
But I don't. I agree with you. I agree with you, to be fair, but it is debatable. But we'll see. We'll see.
First and foremost, we pay homage to 304, man. We pay homage to 304 every time on the pod, man. I think looking at the game, I think it's kind of what at this point it's kind of what you expect from Lamine. Like, having announced himself last season to then do what he did in the Euros, it was only going to be a matter of time before he stepped up. Like, in terms of Champions League, it's not his first rodeo, but in terms of like having a standout moment, although it was in a 2-1 loss because of Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who probably got dealt with by the Coolers when they got back. Yeah, I feel like it's a good way to show yourself as, like, you know, you're the main guy for this Barcelona team, and their team that have been flying as well. So Hansi Flick won't be particularly too impressed with how they let that game go. But on the other side of it, going over to the Bernabeu, I thought Madrid were... I don't know. I don't think Madrid were great, if I'm honest with you. I don't think they were great, but that's been the story of their season so far. I'm pretty certain the boys would agree with me. Yeah. But I feel like when you've got that firepower there, you've got the likes of Mbappe, you've got, Vinicius, and then Endrick is the one who steals the headlines because the run was quite funny. So he's picked up the ball from inside his own half. He sprinted around a good maybe 20, 25. He's got Vinny to his right, Mbappe to his left. You're probably thinking, play it Vinny, square it, Mbappe's second goal. Man said, nah, I'm slapping it, bins. Yem said it, I'll agree. Awful goalkeeping, but hey, you take your chances, man, and this is what you get in it.
By the way, guys, let me know in the comments below. Do you lot think this is going to be like a little Messi, Ronaldo thing for the next 15 years between Endrick and Mr. Hustle Hard Jr.? Let us know in the comments below. I want to see where this goes.
So I actually caught a bit of Juventus in the Champions League this week. And they were looking good. Like I think Juventus have kind of shifted away from their very pragmatic approach that we've become accustomed to over the years with Allegri and so. So I think they're playing some exciting football. Obviously, everyone that you don't really need to say much about Antonio Conte. Everyone knows who he is. He doesn't need no instruction. It should be an interesting game. It's probably one of the first big games in the Serie A so far. I'm not sure if Napoli are really competing for Serie A this year, but we'll see. Thiago Motta has been impressing me so far. Early days, but time will tell, to be honest.
It's in Turin, Juventus at home. And, Napoli been doing really well. Shout out to Conte. He's changed their fortunes around. They've really been doing well. But Juve is a different Juve, innit? It's a Thiago Motta Juve, not Allegri Juve. They're more exciting. They're more on the front foot. Obviously, the new players that they brought in. It will be an interesting game. Quite an exciting game. Hard to call, but obviously with Juve being at home, I expect Juve to win that game. But you just never know what you're gonna get from a Conte team. To be fair, he's Conte and he's tactically aware. He knows how to set up against certain teams. So, and also another thing is Juve has been struggling. They're not struggling, but sometimes they find it hard to score goals. Even though they create so many chances, they find it hard to score goals. So you don't know what you're gonna get.
I think Thiago Motta, he's got the makings to be a great manager. Bit of a maverick. You see how he sets up his team when they play out from the back. So I like how he plays football.
Thiago Motta was the one that said they'll play
it was crazy.
Bro.
But obviously, you know what Conte brings. So he's probably gonna have Napoli set up in like a low block and make it hard for Juventus to break them down and just try win the game on a counter. To be honest, I think it's just gonna be a draw, maybe like 1-1. I don't think much.
And Lukaku looks like he's hitting his form again in the Serie A, bro. That's what were we saying about Serie A strikers?
That's what I said. From Immobile to Martinez to Osimhen, I can't trust Serie A strikers. Like I can't.
He could potentially be sacked. Already, which is crazy. And obviously, what we're hearing at the moment is that there's issues with the higher up. Obviously, when you have to be fair, I feel like it was a mistake having Ibra part of the hierarchy because he's always going to have issues. But it's weird because obviously this Fonseca's their man. Like they spent the whole summer trying to get him. So obviously they brought in players. They spent 3 years trying to get a good team together. Obviously things hasn't been the same since Maldini left as a sporting director. But it will be interesting because obviously in the past couple of weeks Fonseca's been coming out saying, Teo and Lyon, they don't have no right to start and things like that. So it'll be an interesting game. I think Inter are going to win this game. But obviously, Fonseca has to do something because even if he wins, he still might get a sack. So
Inter look like the team to beat in Italy right now. Obviously, like we said before about Champions League, they're so regimented, so hard to break down. AC Milan had a very poor start to this season. I think people have been calling for Fonseca's head. AC Milan just look a shadow of themselves from when did they win? They won the Serie A about 3 years ago, and then since then they just
Lyon really kicked on from there.
What do you want to know my feelings about Way, bro?
Way.
You want to know my feelings about Way, bro?
Way 45, bro.
Nah, man.
I think that's going to be a crazy derby. Marseille, Lyon in France is always crazy. Listen, I think this has got a Marseille win written all over it. And I hate to say it. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I hate to say it. And I don't know if I should. But
Don't say it.
Lyon Marseille is a massive derby in France, by the way.
Crazy.
Massive, massive derby. Like, them man...
Them
throwing
ultras are nuts,
flares
bro.
onto the pitch, bro.
Them
Remember
ultras are
when
nuts.
everyone was there, fam? Bro, yeah, that derby is peak. Obviously, you mentioned the Derbies super team. I don't know if we can legally say that on camera, but yeah, the Marseille, another team like they look like they're the team to beat as well. Putting the pressure on PSG this season, made some interesting signings this season. But yeah, it looks like they're flying up with a great manager with De Zerbi. Lyon, I haven't really been monitoring them much, but I know they had quite a poor season last year. Almost got, I think they were dabbling in the relegation zone. Obviously, our boys Lacazette and Ains there flying the Arsenal flag. But yeah, for me, it's going to be a Marseille win. Who's at home? So Lyon are at home. Yeah, again, derbies, these things go out the window.
They're exciting. Literally on fire. Like, they put together a very good team. Unfortunately for the wrong reasons. But, yeah.
But you see, Lyon Marseille, I think, even though it's a derby and you never know anything can happen, I think Marseille just has too much firepower for them.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got Bleep leading that team. And
I just think you said
they got Bleep as the star player. Because Bleep has been tearing that league apart. You see the goal he scored?
Bro,
he scored one goal, it hit the side netting.
Crazy,
Hit
bro.
the side net, bro. So Bleep and the boys probably going to win the game. And yeah.
I think it's very important for Arsenal to go to the Etihad. We have to eventually go there and win. We have to. It's just it's like the thing I have with Anfield. Like, we have to go to these places and win. Once we start doing stuff like that, it takes such a pressure off our backs. That's not to say that if we were to draw the game, if we were to draw the game, it's not the end of the world. But we have to go to these grounds with the mentality that we want to win the game. Last season, could have won the game, played very pragmatic, some may say, but we had chance on the counter. I remember Trossard and was it Martinelli missed big chances.
Coming off the back of the 1-0 win against the Spuds and then the 0-0 draw against Atalanta away from home, which I don't really think should be overlooked, if I'm honest. It's not the best of games to come to go into next in terms of facing the juggernaut that is Man City, but there is a method to the madness, and I do feel like we are good enough to get a result. And I echo similar thoughts on FG in the sense of there has to be a point where you go there and you actually get the win that you need to be getting. I think last year we were a Trossard pass across goal in terms of winning that game, and I feel like the game will be decided on fine margins again. So, yeah, man, I'd like to think we can go there and get a result, but it's not going to be easy. However, with KDB being out, it does change things a little bit, but even still, the quality that they possess, no game against Man City is easy. But again, you got to think that this is the time where we go there, potentially nick a result, and then go back to N5 smiling.
First of all, what do you think the score's going to be? That's the first question.
This guy, he wants to do the...
No, I just want to... okay, not even
Score,
that. Do
score.
you think you'll win or just... What do you... Like,
I
outcome?
think we will...
You don't have to say the
I
prediction.
think we will win 1-0.
Okay. What I think... I didn't know KDB was out, so that's adjusted in my mind. When you go up against City, there's no real blueprint, but there's things that need to be put in place. When you go up against Haaland, when you're Arsenal, when you're Liverpool, when you're Madrid, you have the blueprint where you have two centre-backs, one is an aggressor, and the other one is seen as the better centre-back, where you've got you got Saliba, and you got Gabriel. Gabriel's the aggressor, Saliba is the much better defender, but Saliba will take Saliba one-on-one, see how far that gets you. You're not doing nothing with him. So they cancel out Haaland. When he comes against Liverpool, Konate, Van Dijk. Konate is the aggressor, but take Van Dijk one-on-one with you. See how far that gets you. When you go against Madrid, you got Rudiger. Rudiger is the better centre-back and he's the aggressor. Rudiger lives for that challenge. When you got players like this, it's hard for Haaland. So me, personally, I don't think Haaland will score. And if he does score, it will be like a inside-the-box smash. You know, like a smash and grab.
The last 2 times in First City, he created, I think he had about 2 touches, about like 0.01 XG or something like that.
But when you have...
I might even take him out of my fantasy.
Bro, I'm not captaining him. He's in my fantasy, but I'm not going to captain him.
I might even take him out of my fantasy.
Because when he comes against the best striker in the world, say what you like, he's world class. But when he comes against these kind of players and KDB's out,
you know what it is as well. I feel like the big sides, they don't give him as much respect as like the bottom table sides who will back off him and give him the space. But the thing that
but they do that. If you're United, you just don't have the personnel. That's why he can crash a hat trick on you. If you're Chelsea, I'm not sure what happened. What happened when he came against Chelsea?
I think Chelsea last season they drew both games.
They drew both games. Okay, but it's all about the personnel you have. If you have this is the blueprint for Haaland: an aggressive centre back and a composed, better overall centre back, and you're fine. That's the blue. And if KDB's out and he's not creating, it's a long day. You know, a matchup I'm interested in is Savio versus Timber. Now that's a good matchup. I look forward to.
Back where? Back we beat a championship. The championship.
League One, I think.
League One championship side 7-0. I should be proud. Bro, we're not back, man. We should have played the kids.
You got goals, man. You got goals in the
Bro,
team.
it doesn't mean
man.
anything, bro. They gave Anthony a pity penalty because he's been down and out, bro. Come on, bro. Like that's the type of game it was. 7-0. It's a crazy result. It's one of the ones that are up there. It's like goal scoring, but it's nothing to be like, oh yeah, 7-0. Like it's not headlines. Like doesn't mean anything, man. I was focused on Champions League, bro.
Plus, you know what it is? It's EFL Cup. If you win 7-0, if you win 1-0,
yeah, bro. It doesn't.
It's 2-3 to the next round. It makes no difference.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. We should have played honestly, we should have played the kids, but I get it. For confidence reasons, certain man had to back Anthony, Rashford.
I didn't watch that game.
I didn't watch it either.
I want to say one thing. I got friends that are gassing up Ugarte. Let me say this on camera. Ugarte is mid. Come January, United fans are going to turn on him when he keeps getting burnt in the midfield. This guy is not who you think he is. The price you got him for is not worth it. Ugarte is mid. I promise you. And United fans are going to turn on this guy. Same way you've been turned on Casemiro. Call him Carlos Enrique. I do it for a bit of bands. I'm not a United fan. But Ugarte, I'm telling you, he is not the player. Please.
You know what? Let me not be biased. That I wouldn't say they're back, but it's a game where, like, I feel like it's confidence booster for certain players that have been out of form. So like the Rashfords, Anthony got a goal as well, innit?
Penalty. Gave him a penalty.
Gave him a penalty, bro. Conspiracy. Big conspiracy. They gave that.
No,
what they did with Havertz when they allowed him to make a wish to.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah.
United are not back, bro. It's Barnsley. You're not back.
Nah, but you know what? Like, if I'm gonna sit on the fence, so I could say like, it could be a game where it could be used to revitalize some of the players to give them a bit of a confidence booster. 7-0 is still a massive.
Still massive, yeah.
At the end of the day, no matter who you're facing.
Like, comment, pray to God always, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.
Share it with your cat and dog too.
Wow.